Sorry. So today we will do something called tuple and dictionary.
Okay.
Recursion, list, dictionary, and tuple. List we already covered.
Yes.
The, this is the previous one. Where is the today is 22 na? Python 22.
Huh.
22 this one. Okay. So today we will do tuple and dictionary. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
these are the data structures. This tuple, dictionary, Python have some uh, primary data structure. You can say not primary, actually the data structure for the convenience of programming. Okay, as I always tell you that
Mm,
Python programming is specifically uh, do um, means used in data science and machine learning and
mm.
or
Artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence. Okay, there lots of calculations and logic building are required. Okay, so during that time if you want to, now data structure is always important while coding, right? So now if you are developing a logic, suppose in data science or in artificial intelligence, okay, then you should only concentrate on building of that logic, so that is better. Okay,
Yes.
rather if you are thinking to find, if you uh, means if you utilize your time to find a perfect data structure, want to build a data structure, then you apply that data structure into your logic, so that is a wastage of time. Okay, you do
Time
not
consuming.
need to think about
Mm,
all those data structures. Those data structures, those we have already learned from data structure subjects like stack, queue, linked list, etc., etc. Those are readily available in Python. Okay,
mm,
so that you can easily use those data structure and try to concentrate, try to focus on the
mm. On
bigger,
logic building.
yeah, on the bigger perspective. Okay,
Mm,
so that's why Python gave you some of these data
mm.
structure like list, tuple, set, dictionary. All these
Mm.
are of collections,
Built-in.
collections of
Built.
data. Okay, uh, so here today we will learn two more data structure. Okay, one is tuple and another is dictionary. Now, what is tuple? What is dictionary? What was list first? Let me ask you if you remember what is the what was least?
It's
Least.
a data.
Hmm.
Okay. It's a data structure consisting of many different data items.
Just include one more word into it. It's a
Okay.
mutable data structure.
Yeah, correct.
It's a
It is
mutable
mutable
data
data
structure.
structure.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, least signifies with this symbols. Okay. In Python, list is signified with this symbol. Okay.
Yes. Mm,
Um, Tuples, on the other hand, tuples signifies means tuple is symbolized with parenthesis. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Set signifies or set is symbolized using these curly braces. Curly braces. And dictionary also use curly brace, but dictionary is basically key value pair. It's like that, key value pair, key value, comma separated key value pair. Say key 1 value 1, key 2 colon value 2. Okay, so
Okay.
this is dictionary, this is curly brace, curly brace. Okay, so this is your list, this is your tuple, this is your set, and this is your dictionary. Okay, now first come to
Okay.
tuple. Now what is a tuple? Tuple is basically a set of data. Okay, same just like list, but the only
Mm-hmm.
difference between tuple and list is that
Parenthesis.
tuple is immutable. Okay, you
Okay.
cannot uh, insert, edit, delete into a tuple. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Python tuples. See here. First, we go through some points. I have collected these points from various resources, and also from my experience. Okay, so if you go through these points, then you will get uh, a good knowledge over tuple.
Mm.
Rest is depend on you. Okay, if you explore more, then you can learn more. Okay,
Okay.
some working experience you will get if you go through these points. Like tuple is a sequence of values. Okay, you know what is a sequence of values? One after another. It's not a discrete value. Okay, it's a
Mm.
sequence of value. Keep the array in your mind. Okay, you should keep the
Mm.
array in your mind while you are learning Python data structures. You should keep the array concept in your mind. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Next, tuple are not like tuples are a lot like, not no lot like list. It's just like list. Okay,
Mm.
set of values, a sequence of values. Okay, the values can be any type, means heterogeneous collection of data. Okay, you can put any type of data in a tuple, just like a list. Okay, even you can insert a tuple inside a tuple, just like list, nested list. You
Nested
can
list.
have nested tuples, or you can uh, put a tuple inside a list. That is also possible. Okay, reverse is also possible. Difference with list is tuples are immutable. That is the important point to know. Okay, tuples are immutable. The word immutable means you cannot modify the items of a tuple. Okay.
So in that case, if it is been a tuple containing a list means that whatever what is the term with related to mutable and immutable, then
Means
list will become immutable, right? That time.
list is not immutable. List is always mutable, but tuple is
No, if it is contains within a tuple,
you cannot replace that list from the tuple. Okay.
that part when it is becoming a tuple containing a list means that list also will become immutable, right?
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Acha, next point is syntactically a tuple is a comma separated list. Syntactically, just like that.
Okay.
Okay. Since a tuple are similar like list, so tuple is a comma separated list values. If you write like this, okay, if you write like this, so what will happen? It will be treated as a tuple. Okay.
Okay.
Next point is, although it is not necessary, it is common to enclose tuples in parentheses. Okay. So you can write a tuple like this. You can write a tuple like this. If you do not write the parenthesis, so it will enclose the list, means list of items within the parenthesis itself. It will do itself. Okay. We will see all these things. Okay. Next,
Okay.
to create a tuple, okay, suppose you give a command like this: t1 is equal to single quote a, then what will happen? Means I am trying to say that you write t1 is equal to a, then what will happen?
String.
No, see, now this is string, na? This will become a string.
Yes.
T1 will become a
Even
string. Okay.
string. Yes.
But if you give t1 is equal to a single quote and comma,
Okay, then it
then
might
what
be
will
tuple.
happen?
Tuple or list.
Hmm?
It can be list also and tuple also, no both.
No, no, it will be a tuple. It will be a
Mm-hmm.
tuple. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the different way how you can create a tuple. Okay, how you can generate a tuple. Okay. Okay, a value in parenthesis is not a tuple. Means if you, I told you that to create a tuple, if you write like that, say 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, then what will happen? Will it be
It
a
is a
tuple?
tuple. Mm.
Surely it will be a tuple. So in that sense, if you write t is equal to say 1, so what will happen? Will it be a
It is
tuple?
tuple. Yes. Parenthesis is there, of course, it's a tuple.
It will not be a tuple. Okay.
Parenthesis is there, no?
Parenthesis is there, but still it will not be a tuple. See here, a value in parenthesis is also not a tuple. Okay, it's not a tuple. Okay, what I
Mm-hmm.
am doing, I am just going to my ideally. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
just a minute. Okay, let's have some experiment over here.
Okay.
Yeah, right. See,
Even is equal to
so
1
t
within
is equal
parenthesis.
to, I am going to create a tuple 1 comma 2
Mm.
comma 3 comma 4.
Mm.
Watch carefully. Now, what is a T? If you print T, you can print in this way or you can write it within the print command, print T. Fine.
Mm.
Now, if you want to check the type of T, then what you will do?
Type within
Type of T.
parenthesis T.
What it is showing?
Class
This is a
tuple.
tuple. Okay. So the type of T is tuple. Now see, if you write T1 is equal to say A, then what it will be? What will be the type of
String.
T1? Type
String.
of T1 will be a string. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if you say I'm taking another variable T2
Mm.
and you are storing, just give a comma after A,
Tuple.
after a value. Then what
Mm.
will happen?
It becomes a tuple.
Sorry, T2, it will become a tuple. So if you
Mm.
take the type of T2, so you will get that this is a tuple, right?
Mm.
Now, say I'm taking another variable T3 and as you know that if I write like this, so T3 will become a tuple. That is for sure,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
But what happen if we put one value in it?
Mm.
Then what will happen?
It might not consider it as tuple.
See,
Integer value.
T3,
T3.
see here.
Int type, some number type it is
So what
considered.
is the type of T3? The type of T3 will become int. Why this is happening?
Mm. Because of one integer value.
Say T4 within parenthesis I am writing say India. Okay, what will happen?
String.
T4, T4. So
String.
type of T4,
When it is single value, it will consider as a particular type. If you put comma, it considers it as a tuple.
yeah. Why? This is because the parenthesis. Okay. You remember, suppose you want to create an expression. This is a simple
Mm.
task. You have
Mm.
watched these things several times in other programming languages like C, C++, Java, wherever you have experienced this thing.
Mm.
See, if you want to perform A plus B, okay,
Hmm.
or let me write, otherwise it will give some error. 10b is equal to 20. Fine. Now
Hmm.
you want to perform addition, so what can you write? A x equal
X
to, sorry,
X
x
plus Y.
equal to a
A
plus b,
plus B.
right?
Hmm.
Can you write like that? A
Yes, we
plus
can write
b.
within parentheses.
You can also write that thing, है ना?
Hmm. Hmm.
So keeping the thing in parentheses does not mean that it is a tuple. Okay,
Correct.
Python have tell us that within parentheses I will consider it as tuple. But if it is an expression, then obviously
Hmm.
the first priority will be given to evaluate that expression. Right?
Hmm.
It will not be treated as a tuple. So when Python interpreter will understand, okay, this is a tuple, not
Comma.
to evaluate an expression. See, single value is also an expression, right? If you write like that, single value, this is also an expression. This
Yes, correct.
within parentheses, this within parentheses 10, this is also an expression. Okay,
Correct.
so how Python interpreter will understand that this parenthesis is for tuple and this parenthesis is not
Separated by comma.
expression? That's why you have to put a comma. This is the
Hmm.
correct understanding, I think. Okay,
Hmm.
then x will become a tuple. Got it?
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So these are the things that you should be aware about while you are using a tuple. Okay. Okay, the next
Okay.
point is tuples can be created with built-in function like tuple, just like list. Okay, you can use a function called tuple. Wait. So say t is equal to tuple, tuple. This is a function. With the help of this function, you can create a
Okay.
tuple. So your t will become an empty tuple, na? But
Yes.
okay. Now what you can do, like t is equal to tuple. Within this, if you give a string like that, then what will happen? How t will look like? T will look like this. Okay. Each individual
Hmm.
character will be treated as a different element in tuples. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose you have a list ls. What is happening? Suppose you have lst is equal to say list. Within list you have some values. Okay. Now you create a tuple like t1 is equal to mm, lst. Can you write like that? I'm just
Yes.
typing. So what t1 will be? T1 will become, sorry, T1 will become
T.
LST. The reference is got. I did not wish to write in that way. Say
Mm-hmm.
T1 is equal to TUPLE tuple.
Of
Within
list.
tuple we have to write
We have
LST. Then what will
list.
happen? T1 will become
It will be getting tuple.
tuple. So all the elements from the list will be copied to the tuple itself.
Tuple.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
Most of the operations that you can do with tuple, like means not most of the you can use tuple, say t1, say 0, we will give that t1, 2 will give 33, like that. Okay,
Okay.
so as you traverse over the list, you can do it also with
Even
tuples.
in that tuple. Okay.
Okay, now see, I'm creating one tuple, say 1 1 comma 2 2 comma 3 3. Now another tuple, say b is equal to 100, sorry, 200, comma, 300. Say 300, okay, fine. Now what I am doing, C is equal to A plus B. Tell me, guess, anyone, anyone.
It will append. It might. It will append A and B.
What it will do?
Append the combination of both A and B values. It will append A values with B value.
Okay. So C will be like that. Okay. So the addition is
Okay.
possible. Addition means uh, appending the values. It's not like appending, it is actually creating a new tuple. Since tuple is not
Mm.
mutable, no?
Mutable.
Tuple is immutable.
So
So
it's
you cannot
creating.
append, you cannot insert anything into it. Say if you want to insert at third position, you want to insert say to this one, say this one, so it will give you an error. So in that way, you cannot say that the tuple is appended. The B is appended
New
inside A. It's not like that. Okay. So A is separate, B is separate, C is created newly.
created.
Okay.
Newly.
By merging both the tuples. Okay.
Mhm.
Got
Okay.
it?
Got
Okay. So let me check what is there. So value tuples can be created with built-in. We did it. The empty tuple, and this one also we did. Next is most list operation also work with tuple, right? List operation is also work with tuple. List and tuples are
it.
same. Okay, tell me one thing. Tuple has this constraint, means you cannot modify the content of the tuple. Do we
Mm.
really need this kind of data structure, or do we really need tuple?
Sometimes might be required
In
to keep the
what kind of
original,
situation we require this type of data structure, means this tuple?
like storing the passwords or credentials.
Hmm. We require tuple in such cases where we do
Mm.
not want to modify the data at all. Okay.
Mm.
Like we want to send uh, the list of IDs to some other person or to some other
Mm.
application. Okay, we do not want to uh,
Modify those
modify
ID
that
values in the
list.
other
Okay,
application.
modify that set, modify that collection. Okay, so we will
Mm.
send that tuple. We will create a tuple and send it. One more
Okay.
application, means there are many applications. One more thing you can think about. Suppose, see, tell me from previous programming experience, if there is a function, okay, then
Mm.
how many values you can return from that function? Do you remember?
One value. One value.
Return,
Only one value.
return only one value. Okay, others are remain silent as forever. Okay, no problem. Okay, keep listening the conversation between me and Shashiji. Okay, so return one value. Say return X. Okay, some new people are there today.
Okay. Mm. That's the reason many people are there today.
Okay, so return X. So you can return only a single value from a function. Okay,
Mm.
now with the help of this tuple, or even for all other data types, means using list also. Okay, you
Mm.
suppose your here X is a tuple. Okay, and in between you created the tuple X. Okay, with some set
Mm.
of values, with some set of
Mm.
values. Okay, now you return this X, then the calling function, say g called f, okay,
Mm.
how many values g is getting from this function? It is getting this
Same.
much of values, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
tuple is the way to return multiple values from a function to the calling function, right?
Okay.
Now
Mm.
you can tell me, we can always send a list also from means return a list from the f to g,
Mm.
okay,
Mm.
okay, no problem. If both functions are handled by you, then there is no problem. But what happens if you send the list? না এখন আর না, আমি চা খেয়ে নিচ্ছি, আমি আর খাবোই না। So hmm, so you can send, you
List.
can return a list also, no problem,
Mm.
okay. But you cannot guarantee that the calling function do not alter the content of the list, okay. But by
Mm.
sending, by returning a tuple, you can always give guarantee that the calling function will not be able to modify the content of the returned value whatsoever.
Oh,
Okay, got it. So
mm.
this kind
Got
of
it.
confirmation we required while we do a big program or a big project, that this function, from this function we are getting these values, and undoubtedly these values are being sent by that function. Okay, there is
Mm-hmm.
no modification or alteration in between. That kind of confirmation is very much necessary, and we need while we are developing a big application and working with uh, enterprise application. Okay, so
Okay.
that guarantee is given by your tuple. Okay,
Okay.
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 So whenever you require to send multiple data from a function to the calling function, you will use tuple. Tuple is the
Okay.
best suitable option. Okay,
Mm.
okay. Now the slice operator also works fine with tuple. See here, slice operator. You remember this is to colon.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so from one, so tell
Two.
me, it will start from one, na? And it will go
Less than two.
less
Less
than
than three.
three. Less than three. It's
Less
not
than three.
two. So it will go to
Mm.
two, means less than three. Okay. So that will also work with tuple, right?
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Next part is tuple assignment. What is there? Swapping. Okay. This is very, very much easy. Python is for that purpose, makes things happier, makes things easier than other languages, make the programmers happier. they
Mm-hmm.
they can concentrate on the bigger aspect of logic, rather than by just all means the smaller things have been automated by the python. See here, swapping is so easy. See,
Okay.
a comma b equal to b comma a, the values will be swapped. Means this is not
Oh,
only for the python, means for tuple.
tuple list also.
Say a is equal to 100, b is
Mm.
equal to 200. Okay,
Mm.
now you want to
Okay.
alter, let's check, a comma b is equal to
B
b
equal
comma
to
a.
B comma A.
So now print a, you will get 200, print b, you will get 100. So it is not for
Mm-hmm.
the tuple, it is general in python. In that way you can
Mm.
swap the values. Okay, so it also
Mm-hmm.
works with tuple. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
We can understand how you use Python.
Ha, sure. From the very beginning I am telling that learning
Mm.
python is easy, but applying python,
Applying.
after learning python, applying it is not so
Mm.
easy. Okay, you have to know many things, and you have to find the right place to apply it. Means you can write a program, okay,
Mm.
for an application. Your program goes for say 1,000 lines. Somebody will come
Mm.
and write the same program within 50 lines. What you will say? Okay, so python have that
Mm.
much of robustness. Okay, so
Yes.
they have So many, there are so many options in there. Okay. Anyway, next part is, let's see what is there. Say B. Okay. See here, if you can assign values like that. A comma B is equal to 1 comma 2. Okay. So one will be
Mm.
assigned to B, one will be assigned to A,
A,
two will be assigned to B. But if you give some extra values like that,
B.
okay, so it will be error.
Error.
See, A comma B
Equal number of
is equal to
values.
1 comma 2. It's okay. So
Mm.
A will be assigned with 1, B will be assigned with 2. But if you put
Mm.
more values here, then there will be an error, value error. Too
Mhm.
many values. Okay. Now there is one, sorry, there is one important word is there, unpack. Now, what is the meaning of unpack? Packing and unpacking. You remember auto boxing and
Auto boxing and unboxing.
unboxing from Java, na? I always
Mm.
try to correlate with different languages. Okay,
Yeah,
while
it's actually
it is better, na?
becomes
You
clear. Yes,
already
the
you already know
content
about
become.
Java, so
Mm.
at the time of learning Python, if you can correlate with those concepts, then it will be much easier for you to get the knowledge, right?
Concept. Yes.
Okay. So packing and unpacking means like that, boxing, unboxing. So basically, this is the tuple. Writing this 1 comma 2 comma 3, it is basically a tuple. Okay.
Mm.
Now you are distributing these values among some variables, among some containers.
Mm.
Okay. So
Mm.
that's why the term comes unpack. So while you write like this, a comma b is equal to 1 comma 2, it means that you are unpacking a tuple. Okay, you are unpacking a tuple, means you are unpacking this thing. This is a package, and
Mm.
fetch the value from that package and assign it to the respective variables. That's why the word unpack comes here, right?
Mm.
Okay, this is a ADDR, this is a split function. Why I write this split function here? I am not remembering. This PPT I prepared, means in past. Okay, so this is
Mm.
basically a string function. Anyway,
Yeah.
see here, this is a string. Okay, string
Mm.
split, you know, na? String split,
Yes.
splitting a string. Okay, so Python has a function called split function. Okay. See here,
Mm.
ADDR is the string name. So ADDR dot split, and you are giving the delimiter. This is the
Mm.
character. So using this character, this string will be splitted. So how
Mm.
many strings, how many substrings will be generated?
1 and 2.
Two, because one at the rate is there. So left hand side will be one string, and the right hand side of this at the rate will be another string. So those strings, oh, acha, you can assign these strings to here. See here, I would like to show it. Just a minute. Okay, let say, taking a string s is equal to, say, sachin at the rate gmail.com, right? So this is a string. So if I use s dot split and put an at the rate for it,
Below.
then what will happen? See, you are getting a list. Okay.
Mm.
So I should keep this example in least part, not in tuple part. Okay. So it will give you, this split will give you a list. Okay. You remember
Mm.
the split function from Java or the
Yes.
explode function from PHP. Okay.
Mm.
Those functions were returning an array of substrings. Okay.
Mm.
Now here in Python, you do not have the array, but you have the list. Okay. So this split function, after splitting, so it will return the substrings
List with
packed
the
inside
list.
a list. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if you are sure that your this split function will generate just two substring, then you can use a syntax like that. Okay. So A will get this, B will get this. See how easy it is, है ना?
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
But for that purpose, you have to be sure that
Sure.
the split function is creating two
How many substring?
substrings. How many substrings
Mm.
you are getting from the split functions, that you have to be clear. Okay, that, then only this kind of assignment will takes place. Okay, so this was split. Next is your tuples returns values. Already I told you from function.
Mm.
This is an important topic. I must mark it. Important topic.
Mm.
See div mode. It is a function. Okay, we have learned how to write a function in Python. Na? Yeah, we done.
Mm.
Okay. See here, return, return. See, look at the return statement. Return initially in Java or C, our return statement was like that. Na? Return one value,
Mm.
not more than one value. We can return from a function. Okay, but here
Yes.
see, multiple values you can use in return statement, comma, using comma.
Mm.
Now, what this
Yes.
statement will do? This statement will pack all these values inside a tuple and send. See here, you are getting this tuple. Okay, got it.
Okay. Mm.
I am demonstrating one thing, one for that. Say I am defining a function. Can we write a function here in ideally?
Yes.
Yeah, we can. So how to write a function? Def,
Def
say fun.
function
Okay.
name
Say I am giving a value, say a comma b.
colon.
I am giving a name sum sub. So my purpose is that this function will return the sum of the two number and also the difference of the two number. Subtraction
Okay.
at the
Mm.
same time. Okay.
Mm.
So what it will do? I will check. Say
Return
r
a plus b comma a minus b
uh, say addition. Say r1 is equal to a plus b and
r2 is equal
r2
to a minus b.
equal to a minus b. I am not checking whether a is greater than b or less than b. I am not
Mm.
interested doing these things here. I'm just trying to show you return, return, say r1
r1
comma
comma r2.
r2. Okay,
Mm.
just a minute. Okay, so our function is ready now. So just
Mm.
call the function. Say sum sub, say 20 comma 10. So what will be the output? Tell me. Hmm?
Just a second. I'm maximizing the screen. Uh,
Sum sub
10 comma 20.
print
30 and minus 10 should be 30 and minus 10.
20 comma 10. But why it is giving error?
Some sub it is sub. Some it became.
Oh, sum sub na.
Sub. Mm.
Sum sub is not defined.
We have defined it, no?
We have defined.
Written after that also colon should be there, huh?
No, no.
Not necessary.
There will be no colon.
It has not come. It has come out from the this thing also, function also. It has not come out. It has come out. No, it has not come out, I think, from the idea that function.
Yeah. Now it ends. Right.
Hmm.
Right, you are. Now we can call this one. 30 and 10 will get. That is for sure. But how the function is returning 30 and 30, that is important.
In
It is
tuples.
packing those results, this one.
Mm. Mm.
We did not
In
create
the
the
form of.
tuple inside here. Explicitly, we did not create any tuple. Okay.
Mm.
We just put r1 comma r2 r3 whatever we want we can return. Okay, so the
Mm.
function will pack all these things inside the tuple and it will return. Okay, now
Okay.
we will use those values from exploring that tuple. Got it?
Mm. Okay.
Okay, so what was the error? We did not completed that function. Okay, we should
Mm.
enter
We were inside the function
enter
only.
this one. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, so the what is there next? Okay, so this was all about tuple till now. Okay,
Uh,
so you can explore more of your own variable length argument in tuple. Okay, there are something comparing tuples. Acha acha, something more are there. These are
okay.
interesting things and a bit
Mm-hmm.
uh, on advanced level. Okay, tuple.
Mm-hmm.
See here. Function can take variable number of arguments.
Uh,
We have already learned how to return multiple values from a tuple, right?
yes.
Now we will learn function can take variable number of arguments. Means where you have noticed something like that. If you remember the printf function from C program, okay, do you
Mm.
remember the printf function?
Yes.
So
Yes.
in printf function, how many arguments you can pass? Do you know?
Based on
You can pass
percent per. Mm. Sorry.
like printf
Means.
function. Okay,
Mm.
in printf function you inside printf function,
Mm.
okay, you can pass. See, there is a format string na?
Mm.
Percent d
Percentage D.
within.
Based on that many values only we can pass it.
Yeah, so here given comma you can pass n number of parameters or arguments in printf function.
Mm.
Okay, so this is must, you must have
Mm.
to pass, and these arguments are optional. Okay,
Yes.
so it is not defined that you have to pass this much of means two arguments or three arguments. It's not like that. Printf function was there, it can accept any number of arguments. Okay, so
Mm.
what was the prototype of printf function? The prototype was something like that. I'm talking about
Printf.
C. Int
Ah.
printf. Okay, I'm not writing complete spelling of printf. Okay, then
Mm.
there is a
Within.
char star, means it is a string character pointer, and then you
Mm.
have three dot. These three dots were signifying that you can pass variable number of arguments in printf.
Correct. Yes.
varargs, okay, variable number of arguments you can pass in printf.
Printf.
One argument passed, this is a character pointer, means signifying a string, this format string,
String.
you are specifying this format string. Okay,
Mm,
so one argument is masked, but the remaining arguments are optional. You can pass any number of arguments in printf.
mm,
Okay. See
yes.
here, that thing is implemented by Python also. Okay. Function can
Mm,
take variable number of arguments with the help of tuple. How?
mm,
A parameter name begins with star asterisk, gathers arguments into a tuple. Means like that. If you define a
mm,
function, something like that, okay,
mm,
then this function is going to get any number of arguments. Got it?
mm. Got
Are you
it.
able to understand?
Mm,
Okay, I am just giving you the mouse is not working smooth all the time.
yes. Still, it is there, a same.
The HP mouse means it's a costly mouse, but the quality is so poor. Okay, see here. Uh, say take a function. Say def.
Def.
Say I'm creating a function sum. Okay,
Mm,
and inside that I am putting a variable,
star.
say star, so t. Okay,
Mm,
this star t, do not compare it with the pointer of c.
mm,
Okay, it's not like
mm.
pointer. Okay, it signifies, it tells the
Can
Python
check.
interpreter that the argument, okay, that the parameter
Can
will
be
be
of any
passed to the
limit.
sum can be of any number. Okay,
Mm,
so we are going to uh, write the function in such a way that we will return the sum or print the sum of all numbers passed in as argument. Got it?
mm.
Means
Got
if somebody writes sum within bracket 10 comma 20, we will
it. Give the
produce the
sum
sum.
of 10 and
if,
20.
if they give 10 comma 20 comma 30, we will also can, we will be able to
Mm,
produce the sum. If it
mm,
gives 100 numbers in parameter,
mm,
we will produce the sum. Got it?
mm.
See
Got it.
how powerful it is, right? So
Yes.
how to perform that thing? Say in T, this T is now become a tuple. Okay,
Tuple.
this T is now become a tuple. Now how to iterate over T?
For,
How to iterate over T? Say I'm taking a
for.
variable, say s is equal to 0, that will contain the sum of all numbers present in the tuple.
Mm.
So how to iterate? So we use the for loop for x in
In range.
range, means you do not have to write the range. Just like
Okay.
list x
Okay.
in t. So x
Mm,
will catch all the values, individual values starting from the 0th value inside that tuple. Okay,
mm,
so now x will get the for the first iteration, x will get the first value from the tuple. For the next iteration, x will get the next value from the tuple. It's just like the list. In the previous
mm,
class, we discussed, we write a complete program on that. Okay.
mm,
So what you have to do, you just have to write s equal to s plus x. That's all.
mhm,
So this s will, this simple loop will sum all the numbers, whatever number present in t, that will be summed
mm.
inside s. Okay. Now
Next
here
print.
print.
Print. Yes.
That's all. So this is your function. Got it?
Mm.
Now call the function sum. Say 10 comma 20.
20.
You'll get 30.
Mm,
Put 32. You will get
mm,
60. See how
mm.
powerful
Yes.
this
But,
thing is. 40 comma 50 comma 80, as many number you can give. Okay, it
mhm,
will produce the sum. Now remember,
mm.
in Java we had something called method overloading, na?
Yes, I was remembering the same thing now.
Method overloading.
But their data type used to
Here you
be,
will not
our
find
number of arguments should be different.
here you will not find method overloading, and you do not require method overloading if you have such kind of things in your hand. Okay, so you do not require method
Can
overloading.
this parameter be of different data type?
Very good question. Okay, see, if you call sum, say 10 comma
Mm,
hello,
mm,
then what will happen? You will get error. Why?
mm.
It is
It is
because of your
unable to convert.
it is because of your use. Okay, you created this function to produce the sum of all numbers, right?
Mm, mm,
So here you are calculating, you are producing an integer summation. So
mm.
now if you are giving an other
Concatenation.
value, then means if you are passing a string, then obviously you know that this section will give you raise an
Gives.
error, and exactly that thing is happening. Okay,
Mm,
Python has no answer to add a string with an integer. Okay, so it
mm,
cannot do that thing. So it's your job to make that function in such a way. So if your function, if you want to write a function in such a way that you will pass different types of arguments, okay, fine, no problem.
mm,
Then you have the logic with you. Suppose
mm.
we are going to create another function. Say what function? Say def. We are expecting that, say I'm writing like show
Mm.
start t. Okay, somebody may say that always
Fighting.
t y. No,
Mm,
so suppose we are designing the function in such a way that
mm,
the argument, first argument will be a roll number, second argument will
mm,
be the name of a student, third argument
mm.
will be the city of the student, and remaining all arguments will be his or her.
Decimal number.
Okay,
Mm,
this kind of logic you should have. What I am saying,
mm.
that I am saying that first argument will be roll,
Um,
second argument will be name,
name,
third argument will be city,
city.
and remaining four and all will be phone numbers, say.
Mm,
Okay, currently I am thinking like that. Okay,
mm,
so remaining all will be the phone numbers. Okay, then
mm,
we have this kind of logic in our hand. In that way we will design now,
mm.
say, or from 4 there will be not phone numbers, say some integer value, say marks for different subjects,
Subjects.
make it like that. So
Mm,
we now have that logic of the argument.
mm.
Okay,
Can we consider this as float now? Marks
uh,
means decimal, real number.
yeah, those things that are compatible, the data types that are compatible from the pythons. Okay, python
Interpreter.
if it is
Mm,
compatible to python interpreter, then it will be okay. Let's try. Say
mm.
what we will do, we will first produce the sum of all the numbers. Okay, can you tell me how to write this function? I want to print the roll number, name, city, and the sum of all the
Sub marks numbers.
marks.
Mm. Then print.
Correct.
Hello.
So let's do it in that way now.
Mm.
X
Or X in
yes.
C. XS. Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Mm,
now we know that first one is roll, we
mm,
cannot sum it. Okay, okay, we will have a variable say aggregate
Mm.
equal to 0, right?
Mm.
Now we know that the first element will be role, right?
Mm.
Second element will be name, third element will be
Name and city. So
from,
we can print as it is.
yeah,
1, 2,
from
3.
fourth element it will be the marks, right?
Mm.
So we have to put some logic here. So I am giving a
Mm.
count equal to 1, right?
Mm. Mm.
If
If count equal to 1.
count equal to 1, then I
Mm.
will print
Roll.
roll equal to comma what,
Roll. Roll.
x,
Oh,
है ना?
oh, correct, correct.
Else if
X. Count
count
equal to 2.
equal to 2, then
Name equal to
क्या हो गया? What is happening? Oh, else if now.
Elif. Elif. Combination of all the languages.
That's why sometimes I not nowadays. Okay, initially when I was taking a new language, okay, well,
Mm.
let's a new language I'm learning. What I usually do, I used to write at the same time single program in all
Yes.
languages I know
Languages.
simultaneously. Probably I told you also, na, that kind of a practice
Yes, yes, yes,
to
yes. You
remember
have
the thing.
informed.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I
So
was also initially trying the same way.
So if count equal to 2, then print
Then name equal to
this will be your name equal to say
comma
x.
x.
Then
Count equal to elif.
elif
Count, count equal to 3.
count equal to 3. Then print
Print city
city equal
comma
to
equal to
comma
comma
x.
x.
Uh, else
Else,
eh,
else is not there. Colon. Else what happened? Else.
else this agg plus equals to x,
X.
right?
Mm.
I hope this is all right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can come out of
Now
the
at the
function
end, after coming again,
from the for.
coming out of for, what I have to
Mm.
print, I have to print the aggregate, right?
Mm.
Print aggregate is equal to comma agg.
AGG.
Now it's okay, fine, completed the function. So just call it show
Yes.
101 is your
Not
role
one.
name,
P. Sachin.
then city,
By
and then some marks, 100, 98, 75. Although he was not a very good student of means the study education
academic.
academy. uh,
It is giving 0.
we have to check it role name, why it is role for everyone. Oh, we have not increment the counter, see,
Oh, correct. Anywhere, nowhere we have
we
incremented
have
the
to
count.
increment the counter na,
Uh,
count equal to, we can say plus equal to 1.
of classic.
Now we call the same one, see,
Mm.
role name city aggregate. Now if you give some more values to it, say
Mm.
no problem, I
It
will
will
give it.
sum all the things after that.
How is it is, you know?
Mm.
Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Any other to response? No. Okay. Now the next part. Next part is your this one. If we want to scatter or distribute the values of a tuple, okay, means this is a reverse approach. Whatever we learned
Okay.
right now, okay, this star,
Mm-hmm.
this is a reverse approach. Okay, let me show you on this terminal, on the shell. See what we can do. One more thing. These two
Mm.
things are advanced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you have a function def, say fun2, and you have
Mm.
two positional arguments.
Parameters.
Okay.
Mm.
So print a and print b. Simple. Nothing else.
Mm.
Now you have a tuple in your hand,
Mm.
say 1 1 comma 2 2. Okay.
Mm.
You want to pass these values to fun2.
Mm. Mm.
So how can you call this fun2? Fun2
And two of t.
1 1 comma 2 2, right?
We can't pass t directly.
Yeah, no, just forget about t. I want to just call this function. So how to call
Okay.
this function?
With the same number of
Call this
parameters.
function
Mm.
just by
Mm.
writing like that. Okay.
Mm.
Now if you have a tuple like that, okay,
Mm.
now you can call the function as you telling me t.
Mm.
Tell me what will happen.
It should give the same answer, 11 and 12.
Mhm. It will give an error because
Okay.
this function is supposed to take
Oh, correct.
two parameters, two arguments,
Two parameters. It's
but
not
you
a
are
tuple.
passing only one argument.
One.
Okay. Now I am telling you that okay, fine.
Mm.
I am giving one extra argument.
Mm.
Chalo dekhte hain. What will
Still, it
happen?
might give an error. Tuple and
No, it
discrete
will not
value.
be an error now because you have this function demands two arguments and you have passed two arguments. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this T is a tuple, but still
Tuple.
a tuple is a valid data type in Python. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See here. See, this T is going to store in A directly.
Okay.
In A. Okay.
In a nested form. Mm.
It's not nested. Why? This T is a tuple and this T
Mm.
is stored in A. Okay. A will become this tuple
11
and
and
B will become
yes.
this triple five. Okay.
Mm.
So no
Okay.
nesting. You are passing a tuple and you are storing. You can pass two tuples. Like if you want to pass fun to two
2 t
tuples
comma
you
t
want to
also is
pass.
present.
Say here 1 comma 2 comma 3 one tuple and another
Mm.
tuple, sorry, and another
Mm.
tuple you are passing, say a comma
bb.
bb, just that.
bc.
Okay, we are passing two
Mm.
tuples,
2
no
tuples.
problem.
Fine.
A will get this tuple, B will get this tuple. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Okay,
Mm.
the question is
Okay.
not that what I want.
Scattering.
I want to scatter the values of this tuple into A and B.
Mm. It
Scatter.
is something like that. Slicing, and if we know already the command how we were assigning,
Yeah,
that
we
it is
want to
directly
distribute.
written.
We want to distribute the values of a tuple inside the parameters. Okay.
Mm.
Then we can call this function in that way. Fun2
Mm.
star, what is the t? This is the syntax. So what it will do? it will scatter
Take
or
any
distribute
parameter.
distribute the values of the tuple t
Mm,
in the parameters of the function fun2.
mm,
See here. Got it? Now here A will get 11 and B will get 22 since T has
mm,
11 and 22. Got it? So this is
mm,
the reverse of that gather.
mm.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, just by adding one asterisk to the T,
Hmm.
it is working.
This asterisk t, while you are passing this asterisk t inside a function, what it will do, it
Mm,
will consider this t as a tuple and it will distribute the values inside this tuple into the
mm.
parameters
Parameters.
of that function, respective function. Got it?
Mm. If this T would have been had three variable, three
Hmm.
values means it would have become
That
error,
is
right?
that is a matter of uh, experiment.
Because our function is defined with only two parameters,
Hmm. So if you
right?
now
I'm guessing like that. Mm.
guess what will happen,
I'm thinking it might give an error based on the number of parameter. I don't know
you have
clearly what it
already
has.
we have already in our class we have already come across this question earlier, few minutes before, when we write like that a comma b is equal
Values,
to 1 comma 2 comma 3, है
mm,
ना? Unpacking.
no, more values.
Okay,
Yes,
if you have
unpacking.
more
Too
values
many
on the left
values.
side, then it will give an error.
Too many
It is the
values.
same thing.
Correct.
If this
Mm,
t has more value than the parameter, than the number of arguments, okay, number of parameters,
mm,
then obviously it will
mm.
give an error. Okay,
Correct. Mm,
you
correct.
guess
Sorry,
absolutely.
I had forgotten.
No, no, no. It's okay.
Mm,
Confusion is always okay. Try to remove confusion wherever you are.
mm,
Anyway, so next part is your comparing tuples. Okay, tuples can be compared with uh, this way. You can compare a tuple. Learning a things. See, almost we have completed today's session. The timing is over,
mm.
but tuple is not all over, na?
Yes.
So if you want to learn, again my mouse goes. If you want to learn something,
Mm.
then time will always take. Where is my mouse? My mouse behaves with me like Tom and Jerry. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So comparing tuples, you can compare multiple tuples together. Just see here. See, this is one
Mm,
tuple. 1 to 3 is there. 1 to 4 is there. Okay.
mm,
You can compare this tuple
mm,
in this way. These are simple things. I'm not going to
mm,
write the
mm.
programs respective. See, tuple one equal to
Correct.
tuple two.
We can understand.
Yeah, it is false because 1 2
Comparing
3
each
and 1
value.
2 4. So it will match from the left
Mm,
hand side until it is getting a
mm.
difference. Okay,
End.
so
Mm,
tuple 1 is less than tuple 2. It is true because since it is a numeric value, so it will go numeric comparison. Okay, go with numeric comparison.
mm.
So tuple 1 greater than tuple 2, it is false. Why? Because 4 is there,
4 is
3
not
is there.
greater.
Okay, so
Mm,
in that way it will compare. So rule is given
mm,
here, you can read it. Okay,
mm.
so tuple 1 and tuple 2, see here, this tuple contains
String
all
data.
numeric, this tuple contains a integer, so comparison
String.
will not be possible, it will get an error. Okay, so less than
Mm,
or greater than will give you an error. This equal operation, uh, you can compare. Okay, since these two
mm,
tuples are not equal. Okay, but less than greater
mm.
than it will not be possible because string and integer cannot be compared by less than and greater than.
Compared. Mm,
Okay, So this was all about tuple. Now the dictionary. Okay. Now what is a dictionary? Just quickly tell you. Since you have already learned something called associative array.
Mm.
Okay. So dictionary is something like that. Okay. In
Key and
Python.
value.
Okay. Huge applications are there for dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
A set of data set creation, mainly done with this dictionary. Okay. In
Mm-hmm.
dictionary pattern are like that. Say you want to create a dictionary for say players, cricket players with their total number of centuries. Okay. You want to
Mm-hmm.
create a dictionary. Okay. So dictionary will look like that. Say player name, say Sachin.
Mm-hmm.
How many centuries are there? 101. Say Virat. How many centuries he have? 75. Say Rahul. How many centuries he have? Say 60. In this way, this is called a dictionary. You can give any name to
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay. Say players
Mm-hmm.
centuries equal to, this is a dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we will find two things. One is this,
Key and
another
value.
is this. Okay. This is your key and this is your value.
Mm.
Okay. Each key value, these are called key value pair, and each
Mm.
key value pair will be separated by a comma. There will be a comma. Okay.
Mm.
So this is called a dictionary.
Dictionary.
Okay. See here, a dictionary is just like a list, more general. Okay, you can read all these things. See here, dict
Mm.
is the function how you can create a dictionary, just like
Mm.
tuple list. Okay, dict, using dict you will you can create a dictionary. Okay,
Mm.
this is an empty dictionary. Okay, see, you can create a dictionary like that. State to capital means you
Mm.
have different states and their
And
capital. You can
capitals
create
too.
a dictionary like that. What is the purpose of
Mm.
dictionary? In data science or in any data analysis job, dictionary has a huge impact. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
will have many dictionaries uh, in your hand while you are programming or while you are building a application. Okay, that
Mm.
dictionary uh, means one job of that dictionary is to pass the data set from one application to
Mm.
another application. Means say you are going to build an application. Okay,
Mm.
so you have a big application. Okay, inside a big application you must have some smaller parts.
Mm.
Okay, some segments are there. Now this segment, from this segment you need to pass some data here. Okay,
Mm.
not a single piece of data, lots of data,
Set
some
set of
logical
data.
data. Okay,
Mm.
okay. Now from here you need to pass some data here. Now from here you
Mm.
again need to return back some data after some processing. So
Mm.
how to means pass the data, okay, between
Mm-hmm.
these in modules?
Mm.
The way is dictionary. Using dictionary you can easily
Mm.
pass hundreds and thousands and millions of data from one module to another module or one part to another.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also
Mm.
true, if you have another application, completely different application, so it is
Mm-hmm.
application A and it is application B. Okay,
Mm.
it is application B. Now this, while you are developing this B application, you need some data feed from this application to this application. Data feed,
Mm.
you got the
Mm.
term data feed. You need some data feed from this
Set
application
of
to this
data.
application. So how to send this application, how this application will send data to this application? can send the data through
Dictionary.
dictionary. Okay, if you are dealing with Python, okay. Later
Mm-hmm.
you will learn something called JSON. JSON.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a part of Python, but it is a
Mm-hmm.
part of everything nowadays. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
JSON is JavaScript object notation. You can say
Mm-hmm.
means it is a special format of writing a document or data set. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
for the purpose of transferring data from one application to another application.
Okay.
Okay, few years earlier, the data communication was made by XML, something called XML.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, XML. By
Mm-hmm.
writing XML file, we pass data from one application to another application. But nowadays, XML, we are not passing the data with XML. We are passing data by JSON. Okay, that is
Mm-hmm.
more convenient. Okay,
Okay.
some important terms will come with respect to these things. One is your soap,
Mm-hmm.
another is your rest. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
with respect to that, dictionary is directly linked. In dictionary, you can create logical data. Okay, you
Set.
can create a data set. Those
Mm-hmm.
data set can be passed from one submodule to another submodule. Those data can be passed from one application to another application in
Application.
Python. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So how to traverse over a dictionary
Dictionary.
is the same way. Okay. For C
Mm.
in A's, you can traverse over the key. Okay.
Mm.
See here, you can traverse over a key. Says D is the dictionary, V is the value.
The value.
This function is actually checking whether this dictionary contains this value. So what it is
Mm.
doing for k in D means it will traverse through the dictionary
Mm.
and taking all the key in k. So it is taking whether that part, that key value is equal to v. If it is so, then it is returning the index or the key.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So this is the way how you can check whether
Travels in the
dictionary contains a particular
dictionary.
value or not. We will do
Mm.
some program next day. Next day, what we
Mm.
will do, we will do some random coding.
Mm.
Okay, you remember we did a coding part after completion of the loop section.
Yes.
We did a coding
Mm.
part in Python. So here,
Mm.
after completion of this data structure part, we will do some coding. Okay,
Okay.
so in that coding, we will learn more about this dictionary and list and set and tuples also. Okay,
Okay.
so next day
Mm.
will be on coding, different types of coding. If you have any idea of coding, then you can tell me also. That time we will try to
Mm.
produce that code over there. Otherwise, I will show some random codes. Okay,
Okay.
writing the taking the concept we have learned so far. Okay,
Okay.
after completion of this section, this data structure section, we will move gradually towards the object oriented part. That is mean the class and objects will come into the consideration. Okay,
Okay.
so that is
Okay.
our target. So today we will stop here.
Mm.
Hope next day we can continue from here.
Okay.
Ask me if you have any question from any from today's class.
Mm. I think today's class is clear.
It's okay, na?
It's okay.
Okay, okay then. Let me stop the recording.